Welcome to the Glow Getters podcast. My name is Fahey-Ahrndt, and I'm your host. I teach and inspire leaders to step into their productive selves and find their true potential. I'm a passionate creative and scientist with over 8 years of healthcare leadership experience. At age 25, I stepped into my first management role and didn't find the leadership advice I was looking for. So here I'm giving you the tools to end burnout and enjoy a vibrant career and life. Glad you're here to learn and grow with me. Now, on with the show. Hey, welcome back, Glow Getters podcast listeners. I'm Kayla. I'm your host here for another episode 106. I haven't been here since the end of mid-November. The timing just didn't feel right. Got a lot of stuff going on with the holidays, and my sister got married, so super cool. I'm really excited. First big trip with our little ones, 2 kids. I'm exhausted. They made it. We survived. My husband and I survived, and it was really fun. But I'm back now, and I just thought it felt like, okay, time to come back on the podcast and share some thoughts with you guys and connect with you all once again before the end of the year. So this episode today is going to be about how to find confidence at work and in life. And I want to give you a mindset shift or a different way to think about confidence than you might have thought about it before. But first, I just wanted to say, I picked this topic because I think at the end of the year, we start to reflect on how the past year went and what we can do moving forward and how we can be better. And so I've been talking to a lot of different leaders, asking some of you to take surveys for me. If that was you, thank you so much. I love to learn about what you think is going well in your leadership experience and what you want to improve upon, because I want to be able to share and relate to those topics here on the podcast, on my YouTube channel, and in the coaching that I do with my clients. And so a lot of you said confidence in pitching your ideas. I want to have confidence in conflict resolution. I want to have confidence in motivating other people. I want to have confidence in speaking to a large group of people and getting people to come along with me. And as a leader, that's your job, right? It's to set the intention for where you're going and then help people move toward that, especially leading from the side, leading linked arm in arm with your people and saying like, let's go. So I can totally relate to this. But I think as we start to reflect on how the year went, it's easy to forget all of the small wins that you've had along the year. So I will definitely do an episode on how to reflect intentionally on the year and how to move forward so you can make 2022 awesome. But I think confidence comes up for us as we start to think about, there's a lot of things I wish would have happened differently, and we start to forget those small wins. So as you're thinking about confidence, I also urge you to think about, what did I rock this year? And make a small list just as you're thinking, like go through each month and think like, how did I feel that month? And was there something that I just rocked? So I will dive into that in another episode, but let's talk about how to find confidence at work and in life. So I did a blog post on this. If you want the Word version of this, check it out in the show notes. I will link them so that you can read more. If you're into reading versus listening, or you're in the car and you can't take notes. So I hear from many leaders that they want to have more confidence. And so I think we all have. And I wanted to peel back the layers and the meanings behind the word confidence. So if you look that word up, if you Google it, if you go on the website, Webster's, Merriam Dictionary, whatever we use now, you'll find that it means, to trust in something and to proceed with trust into the unknown. So essentially, you have confidence in something. It's not very tangible. You can't see it. It's going to be okay. You're going to trust. You're going to proceed without knowing the outcome. You're going to trust in the unknown. And when you think about trust, what do you think about? What do you think of? What word comes to mind when you think of trusting in the unknown? You might think of the word belief. You might think of the word faith. And for me, if I think of the word having faith, I'm not talking about religion, although this is similar to religion in terms of belief, but I'm talking about faith in terms of trust. So if you have belief in something despite not knowing the exact outcome, that's having faith. That's trusting. And so when we have faith, we carry this knowing with us that things are going to work out. You've heard people say, I'm going to trust the process, trust the journey. And so, okay, if confidence is having faith and trust, what's the opposite of faith? For me, I think of fear, right? I know that feels scary when we say fear, but when we lack confidence or we wish we had more confidence, I find that, we, including myself, and leaders I talk with, we're operating through fear instead of faith. If you've ever talked to somebody in your organization, whether it's a leader or a direct report, who is in that scarcity mindset, they're thinking about what could go wrong. They're not assuming the best. When we have confidence and we proceed with faith and trust, we're assuming things are going to go our way. We're like, all right, I believe. I got this. We can do this. I got this. But when you're operating through fear, you're always thinking of like, well, what's got to give? You're always waiting for the but ... or the other shoe to fall, right? You're sort of going into a situation assuming that things won't go your way. You're just waiting for things to go wrong. And I think what happens is that has us lowering our expectations of how things are going to come out, what the outcome will be. And that means that we're putting into the universe, and I don't care what you believe, universe, God, whatever, we're putting out these vibes, this energy that we don't believe in our decisions that we're making. We don't believe in the things that we're pitching. We don't believe in things we're communicating to our team. Maybe we don't believe in our intention to set boundaries. We don't believe in our true or fullest self-expression. We're basically saying like, yeah, but. And so how can we be confident when we're living through this glass half empty mindset? Right? When we are basically saying, we're putting forward this idea, but, it might not work out. When we operate through faith by trusting the process and trusting ourselves, that's when we give ourselves power, and that's when we have the most confidence. And that's when we say, self-doubt, get out of here. Fear, get out of here. I'm proceeding in faith. I'm proceeding despite the fact that I don't know every single answer and I don't know the outcome, but guess what? I'm super confident in the fact that I know myself and I know I have the skills and the mind and the intuition and the gut to make the best decisions, to proceed even though I don't know every single thing that's going to happen, because I've got this. I have experience. Even if you're a newbie, you know a few things about life, even if you're new in your role, right? You've got this far. People believe in you. You've got to believe in yourself. And, I recognize that I'm going to make mistakes. I'm going to maybe quote unquote fail. But guess what failure is? It's the first attempt in learning, FAIL. So we don't fail, we learn, we iterate, we try again, and we confidently go into situations and say, I believe I have the best intentions here and we're going to move forward. And so that type of energy, that feels so much better than predicting how someone's going to react to your pitch. If you're thinking that, I know them, they're not going to be open to my new ideas, then you're right. They're probably not going to be open to it. But if you go into the conversation thinking that, you know what, I've got some really good points here. Let me be open and listen to, whatever might be holding them back, to be open to change, to be open to my pitch. And let's talk about that, because I believe that we can get there. I am confident that I can persuade and move and see their side, and we can collaborate. And that feels so much better. That is something we can control, is our confidence to create a positive inner being and thus project a positive, faithful, trusting energy. So I hope that was helpful for you thinking about how we can reframe situations where we're like, I don't know. I don't know if this is going to work out to, you know what? I believe in myself. I trust myself. And I'm going to choose to have faith over fear. Therefore, I'm going to have more confidence when I walk into a room, or when I'm going to pitch, or when I'm going to communicate. And so if it helps, one thing you can do before you're going to make that pitch, or you're going to do something where you're feeling like you're lacking confidence, is pausing and flipping your mindset by saying a mantra or an affirmation and telling yourself, I operate through faith. I trust and believe. I have confidence. And I feel like when you say confidence, like I sit up straighter. So I hope that you do too. Maybe write that on a Post-it note, stick it on your laptop right before that Zoom meeting or Teams meeting when you log in, and like, okay, I trust and believe in myself. I have confidence. I choose to operate through faith and not through fear. Give yourself some love and some self-compassion. We're we're ourselves' worst critic. We're our harshest critic. I guarantee nobody thinks, the same harsh thoughts about you than you think. It's all in our mind. We got this. You got this. Remember, faith over fear. All right, so that's my message for today, everyone. A few housekeeping things at the end. I wanted to let you know, if you visit the links in my show notes, you'll notice I have a new website domain. So my website used to be glowgetterslife.com, kind of in alignment with this podcast. But I'm working on really building my coaching and consulting business and being very serious about getting that launched. And so I actually changed the domain to kfaconsulting.org, like Kayla Fahey-Ahrndt. So I actually registered. I have an LLC now for KFA Consulting. So this is real. So I put that into the universe. So you'll see I have a new website. If you go on my website, like I said, the show notes will be linked to the blog post where this is all laid out. And you'll notice that I made a new section for the podcast and blog. Whenever I put up a podcast episode, there are show notes, and I put those in the blog section. I used to have a separate podcast menu tab, but I just decided that sometimes it's going to be a blog post that's going to have a podcast player, inside of that post so that you can listen. And sometimes it's just a blog post without the player. So I just put it all in one section. You'll also notice there's a new tab that's called Work With Me, one-on-one coaching. And so I am officially going to be opening, and I'm open now for career and leadership coaching. So it's designed for high-performing professionals who want to up-level their leadership skills while living their full lives. Because I know that you are all doing it all. If you're like me, and that's the people that I want to help, that you're doing it all, but you're a high achiever. I want to help you find success on your own terms by helping you say goodbye to burnout, to backlog, and to the busy. I want you to say hello to intentional, vibrant, thriving inside and outside of work. And so I really, really help you beat burnout, create efficiencies in your work by helping you, by giving you coaching, so guiding you, leading you, but also consulting if you want it on specific leadership strategy, career strategy, or even if you're in healthcare, I can give advice there if you're in that same field, because that's the field I'm in. So if you go to the Work With Me one-on-one coaching tab, you can learn more about the services I offer, and kind of go, I have the question on that page, is this you? And I ask a bunch of questions. You can kind of see, is this, going to be a good fit? And one thing I do is I have a free consultation with you. So you can click on any of the buttons within the post and on the website, and it will take you to a leadership survey. And so you can fill out the survey. Once you do that, that helps me learn more about you. And then I will reach out to you to schedule a free one-on-one call or consultation. And so what that is it's super chill. It's not any commitment needed. Essentially what it is a time for you and I to chat to see if I could be helpful to you, to work with you one-on-one, to coach you through leadership, to help you with whatever specific leadership issue you're having, or just on a monthly basis as you grow in your career. to work through roadblocks or improve or climb even higher. Because here's the thing, like I said, I know that you all are super high achievers. You're already rock stars in your workplace, but rock stars also know that what's got you here won't get you there. And so getting guidance and help and coaching will only improve your leadership and will really elevate it to help you get to the next step. So go check my website out, read, see if you're interested. If you're even a tad bit interested, fill out the survey. I'll reach back out to you. We'll have a conversation, a really chill one. We'll talk about things. I'll get to know you more. You'll get to know me more. And then we'll decide, is it a good fit? And then what I do is I will customize your experience. And we can decide, do you need coaching, weekly? Do you want it monthly? Are you looking to address a certain issue, or is it more general? And I can help you with your career strategy, creating roadmaps for your advancement, etc. So I'm really, really excited about that. kfaconsulting.org, work with me, is the tab that you want to check out. Or like I said, the podcast and blog tab. And go check out past blog posts, which are also podcast episodes. If you've missed anything, you want to read things. A lot of times my free downloads are linked there as well, which will get you in my newsletter that I send out and will let you know, what offers I have coming up for coaching, what's going on in my life, and just give you free value for personal and professional development. All right, everybody, thank you for listening. My goal is to have one more episode before 2021 ends, and then we'll be into the new year. And I can't wait to talk to you about the fresh start that we're all going to have and, continue to try to be a light for you all during these tough times, but keep it really specific to leadership because we still got to go out there and lead every day, in these times. All right, everybody, take care and continue to be a light. Bye. All right, that's it for today. Thank you so much for listening, everybody. I wanted to let you know about something new that I'm doing. If you could please leave me a rating and review on iTunes or write in your Apple Podcast app, I would so appreciate it. Each week, I'm going to be doing a drawing and sending an email to a winner just to say thank you with some treats, tips, and a little bit of extras because I really want to get this podcast out to more people and I want to hear how it's helping you, getting feedback about what you love to hear about and what you love about the podcast so I can keep doing that. Also, if you'd like to connect with me on a deeper level, check out my website at glowgetterslife.com. You'll find links to my About Me page so you can learn about me and my journey in leadership. You'll find links to my blog, my podcast for more episodes, and to my YouTube channel. And you can also find links to the templates and leadership planners I've created, as well as my free resource library. All right, thanks so much. And until next time, be a light.